Go for it.
Okay, so I've been asked to talk about our blogging experience at Forest Green School and CFL this year. So I guess I just want to start with how we, as we came into the school, how we wanted to communicate with parents. So we started with basically what is a Web 1.0 technology. So we started with creating a Forest Green School website. So in this site, we basically just had a place where parents can get information. So the parents liked this and having a place where they can get up-to-date information, but it was not something that they can communicate back and forth. So that was kind of something that parents had suggested as a need, and blogging is something I've done before. So from the Forest Green website, we actually then moved, and we still use this, we went to the Forest Green blog. So now this blog, we basically kind of share stuff that is going on in our school. So the last post that I wrote was about a hip-hop dance day that we did with the kids. And you'll see that we talk about stuff that's going on in the school, and so we can have like a running commentary on it. So that it's not just about here's what is happening, it's about here's what's happening, here's what our kids did, and then parents can communicate and kids can see what's going on. So as we go, it's also a way that we can connect parents and educate them on stuff that we're doing in school. So I wrote this post about Twitter and what its uses are, so that as we move, parents are able to get that knowledge and I can provide the information for them, and so that they can comment back and forth, and they can use questions, or they can comment on the blog, and those goes right to my email, and so we can have a running dialogue back and forth. So from that point, I think it's been a really successful endeavor for us, because it is getting parents, we're understanding what parents are wanting, what some of their concerns are, because they're posting on the blog instead of them being quiet about it. This gives them another avenue to communicate with us so that we know what's going on. I've used this blog that all the comments have to be approved by me, so someone can't just randomly write something and be, derogatory towards the school. It has to go through an approval process. It also, if I know a parent has a concern and they're very blatant about it, I can also make sure that I have an opportunity to talk with them. So this has been really successful. And you'll see that on the side of the blog row, I have teachers that have started blogging this year too. So these teachers have now started making their own blogs for the classroom so that the staff can, parents, kids can see information. I'll show you one. Corey Mahan, she is our grade 5-6 teacher. So she started her own blog, and we've decided that for our school blogs that we're all going to use a similar program or a website, so we all use EduBlogs. And the reason why we use EduBlogs is so that we're not wasting our time learning how to use the site, we're spending more time on being effective with it. So the EduBlog site, we're all learning it together so that we can just kind of work together. If someone has a problem, somebody has already probably solved it within the school. So you'll see Corey Mahan talks about, she's using critical thinking skills and she's having the kids comment on it. She'll talk about different blogs. So here, she'll see that she had written a post about class blogs. So she has moved from a teacher that blogged in her classroom, giving good examples of what it should look like, how kids can comment, and sharing that. And then she eventually moved into class blogs using a kid blog, where her students now have their own blog, but she role modeled that through the year as a way of connecting with the kids, connecting with each other, and eventually connecting with our community, and then eventually connecting with the whole world. So going in steps as the students, as the parents, as the staff feels comfortable. So we have several teachers. We have everywhere from grade 1 to grade 6 within Forest Green. And CFL is still kind of getting through that process. There's a lot less teachers here. And we just have a bigger population that we serve through Forest Green, so there's more of a need for that. So a lot of the teachers are going this route instead of doing newsletters because it's up to the minute. and it's a good way that we can get feedback from parents. It's not just delivering information, it's Web 2.0, back and forth. I've also done my own personal blog as a principal, and it's what a lot of people will call a blog folio. So it's kind of a portfolio of work that I've done, and I base it on the Principal Quality Standard. So you'll see Principal Quality Standard, the 7 areas, so I'm putting proof of stuff that I've done up there. So it has a way for me to share this. So we've turned it, you'll see that I have different links up here. But on the main page, I have kind of my posts that are, thoughts I have in education, stuff that's going on in my school. And this is a way for me to share my ideas and share things I've done with other educators across the world. So you can see, you can follow me on Twitter here. And so a lot of people will click on this and they'll follow so they can see when I've updated my blog, or they use a feed. And so it's a really good way. I've met a lot of people through this process, and it's a good way to share about good stuff that I'm doing at or good stuff that's happening at our school. Parents it's lots of educators are finding useful, and I'm starting to connect and sharing ideas. One of the things I'm doing that I find is very valuable is that each time I post, my posts are under one of the Principal Quality Standards. So you can see all of my posts based on fostering effective relationships. So all of these all of these posts here are ways that I fostered effective relationships. So it's another way that I can show them that I've met the Principal Quality Standard this year. So it's just a great way to connect, share ideas, learn from other people. Because a lot of times I'll have posts and people won't agree, and then it leads to discussion, and then I actually will update my post based on that discussion. So it's a good way for me to learn, connect with other educators, get great ideas. And so a lot of people that have commented on, I now follow their blogs, and it's a good way of sharing information. So we went from just a 1.0 website to 2.0, from administrators to staff, and now eventually kids, and now to personal, professional blogging. So this isn't just about my day at home and what I do, but it's about stuff that I've implemented in the school. So that's kind of progression, and I think that as we go at the beginning of next year, I think many of the staff will use this as something that they start in September, not in the middle of the year, because they have found it's been an effective way to connect with kids, other staff, and parents.